Welcome to Talkin Baloney.
Calvin Cocoa Pop.
This is Booty.
Oh, gosh.
What's going on?
No script allowed.
What are you, some kind of bot? Come on, people.
Oh, yeah. You want a pickle, you gotta give him a pickle, right?
I want to be a movie star.
Wow, that sounds so interesting.
Fresh and quick.
Cheese, pizza.
Part of the Baloney Nation.
Jim Deezy.
You guys still there?
Hey,
Hey,
welcome to Talkin Baloney with the big guy.
that's me. Jim Deezy.
Oh, and me?
That's you.
Not
Yeah.
me.
And that guy right over there.
And
Oh, the
this-
Antman.
The Antman, coming to us via satellite from an undisclosed location.
An undisclosed toy store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. It's still impressive, even though we've seen it before on this show. The G.I. Joe collection is incredible.
Oh, there's so much more now. Now I'm running out of space. I have it hanging up over my head now.
It's
It's
like a
getting-
toy story. Like a toy store back there.
It's getting really bad. It's getting really, really bad.
So
Man.
this week on Talking Baloney, because Antman talks about him every time he's here, we are dedicating an episode to Val Kilmer.
We don't know why, but anything for our cousin Antman.
Hey, it's what he wants to talk about. We're going right full steam ahead.
Yeah.
I don't feel this is what I want to talk about. I feel like I have to.
Interesting.
Just like Deezy felt like he had to wear the cutoff hoodie.
Yes,
Both very
I did.
questionable
I did.
Well, you know what they
Very
say.
questionable decisions.
When it's 90 degrees out and you really want to wear a hoodie, you just got to go with the cutoff.
Hey, I'm telling you, this is it's trendy. It's got air conditioning built right in. Look, I mean, woo, it's nice.
You gonna start selling them out of the merch shop or what?
Talking Baloney sleeveless hoodies, they're coming.
You're gonna sell exactly none of those.
It's going to be the hottest item for Christmas.
All right, so Val Kilmer, there's a documentary that just came out on Prime Video. In this documentary, Val Kilmer basically has lived his entire life filming everything he does. And so it's a good chance to revisit his career and his life. And neither of you guys watched it.
And yet, here we are.
Yeah, it's great planning. I might have even
This
sent Jim
This
Deezy
can
a
only go
text
well.
to say, hey, watch this.
Yeah, he did. And I did say I was going to watch it.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
So what we'll do is I'll add in anything from the documentary that seems relevant as we discuss the top 10 box office hits of Val Kilmer.
All right.
You guys know number one.
Does he have 10? Hold on. Before we get started, does he have 10 box office hits?
Okay. I used the word hits that was misleading. The
How-
top 10
How
grossing
many
movies.
numbers did you have to stretch for?
Let's say if I stopped at 6, it would be pretty reasonable.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
So did these movies make millions of dollars other than the number
Yes.
one? Okay.
And I should critique this by saying I left out the two animated kids movies, Planes and Prince of Egypt, which both made $300 million, but I really didn't want to talk about kids movies. So
Yeah.
Ixnay.
Kids don't count.
Planes is a good movie.
Is it?
Okay.
It is.
Well, way to
movie.
throw that monkey wrench in there, cuz.
It's a good movie.
All right.
Listen,
So
I'm surrounded by toys. Of course, I'm gonna jump on the side of a kids movie.
well, give us a quick review.
Of the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like, I mean,
It's about
cars,
planes.
but with planes. No, it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I honestly don't remember a lot of it. I watch a lot of animated movies, and the movies like that always come out in chunks, right? Like you'll have a movie like Cars come out. So obviously the natural progression is now we got to make one about planes. Then we probably got to make one about trains. Then we probably got to make one about hovercrafts and golf carts. And, it just, it gets stupid.
Mm.
But I enjoyed the movie. I really don't remember a whole lot about it, but it was, I watched it with I believe my wife and my kid when me and my wife were first together.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah.
So getting back to the list, Jim Deezy, your favorite movie, you wear the t-shirt all the time. Number 1 at the box office for Val Kilmer.
I feel the need for speed. Top Gun.
You're damn right.
Yeah. Ice Man.
Antman, your thoughts on Top Gun?
Man, Val Kilmer's a sexy beast in that movie.
I have a feeling your review of every movie is going to be that same sentence.
No. See, I went with it a couple shows back. I feel like I got to double and triple down on it now. Spectacular hair.
Mm-hmm.
Chiseled body. Who just made that noise? Who just grunted? Who was that?
That was a grunt of like, I can't believe we're going here.
That was more of a snort than it was anything else. Like, oh crap!
All right.
Yep.
He had excellent hair. He had hair that kind of
6 minutes in, the show's off the rails.
He had hair that kind of looked. Deezy tried to pull that hairdo off.
I did. Yeah. I could not do it though.
Listen, you didn't look like Iceman.
Listen, the scene where he's on the volleyball court, where he's like this with the glasses, the hair all spiked up, and he's kind of like doing the old tricep pose. Yeah, he's jacked. I'll give him that.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say that got you going.
No, I'm just saying it's a scene. It's a scene. It's just like wearing this was a choice.
I was gonna say I thought maybe you watched that scene and that's how you lost the sleeves to your sweatshirt.
Yeah,
it was too constricting for you.
Yeah. Woo! Let me drink some more hot coffee to cool down.
Yes. So Top Gun, $357 million at the box office. Number 2. What do you think is going to be number 2 for good old Val?
Probably Batman.
It's got to be Batman.
Batman Forever.
Yeah.
$336 million. And I got to say, he was the worst Batman of that. Yeah.
I would agree with that.
And I know what Ant-Man's going to say. He was wearing too much clothes. Like,
yeah. I mean, if you would, you
couldn't see his hair, right?
If you would have cut the sleeves off of his, off the bat suit, it would have been a stone cold killer.
Or just the cape.
Well.
All right.
Anywho,
he wouldn't have fared too well as Batman without a cape.
Yeah.
So in that documentary that I'm the only one who watched, he talked about how he hated acting in the bat suit, and he basically was just a prop who just had to stand there and say his lines because he couldn't even like move his head because of the suit, and that's why he turned down the opportunity to come back.
Are you
Thank God.
Did they ask him to come back?
What do you think?
Yeah. No, I'm thinking he embellished that story a little bit.
Yeah.
And I have to say, in the documentary, you only get his viewpoint, and it's a little biased.
Yeah, I would think so.
I don't know. George Clooney was available. I think he, even though that was a shitty movie.
Roar.
Roar. Roar.
Very.
I thought I was the only one that cursed on this show.
No. Sometimes if the show or movie's really bad, the big guy will throw it out there.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
It's time for me to chill. But we're not talking about that. Number 3 is the movie Heat from 1995.
Oh, that's with Robert De Niro.
Yes.
Yes.
Boy, I saw that a long time ago, and I remember nothing about it.
I forgot about that movie. That's actually it's a good movie.
It is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah. The scene with Robert De Niro and
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah.
say Pacino was
Sitting
in
at
that
the table in the diner is
Yes.
one of the pivotal scenes in any movie.
It is a cinema classic. And this movie is so like influential. There was a podcast that dissected the movie minute by minute. So every episode of the podcast talked about 1 minute of the movie. And the episodes were like 90 minutes long.
Maybe
It did not do that for
maybe we
Batman.
could revisit that movie. Maybe we could all watch that movie at some point. I assume, Deezy will watch it 3 days later than everybody else.
I've seen it. I know how it goes. I like it. It's a good movie.
Because I do feel like I remember seeing that, but I think I'm getting it confused with another movie now that I'm looking at it.
They're bank robbers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Al Pacino is the cop on their trail. And the kind of message of the movie is if you're going to be a bank robber, you have to be willing to step away from your life at a second's notice to go on the run. And De Niro preaches that. Val Kilmer is like his second-hand guy. And Val Kilmer ends up going away from his wife and leaving her behind to get away. And De Niro breaks his own rule and tries to get his girl with him and gets caught by Pacino.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm
And
getting
that's-
confused with something.
Just spoiled the entire movie if you haven't seen it. But you should watch it. All-time classic.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Good movie. Good movie.
Now, before we go any further with the top 10 grossing movies for Val Kilmer, Ant, before we went on air, you said you could only name 4 of his movies.
Yes.
We just discussed 3 of them.
Yeah.
So where are you at right now?
All right. So right after I made that comment to you,
Yes.
I do remember him being in the movie that I said I didn't remember him in. And the only way I remembered that was by you saying you could almost say he was like the main character.
Willow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're right. He was Mad Mardigan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was kind of the only reason to watch that movie, I think.
Yeah. But then, so that's 3 movies because you also knew Top Gun and Batman.
Yeah.
And you knew The Saint, correct?
Oh, yeah. Yep. The Saint was one of those movies that was always on HBO when my parents had HBO for that like free year or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. That movie was on every single day.
It's still on.
It's still on
day.
HBO every single day.
Yeah.
Well, the Saint comes in at number 5 on the Val Kilmer top 10. It made $169 million. 108 of that was from foreign markets because it was kind of a British TV show it was based on.
Oh, okay.
And it's similar to James Bond, except he's like a master thief, I believe.
Yeah, some sort of anti-hero kind of situation.
Yeah. And a decent movie, right?
It's not bad.
Again, I mean, I don't remember any of it other than I remember him being in like this water tunnel or something, like this aqueduct or something that always stands out in my head as like literally the only scene from that movie I can remember.
That's actually the scene where he jumps into the frozen river.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I bet you if I turned that movie on, I would remember all of it within about 5 minutes because I probably did watch it 15 times, but it was 20 years ago.
So we skipped ahead there because I wanted to get to all the movies that you actually knew. Because Number
And
4.
we're done here. All right.
Yeah.
Highlight.
This is where it gets interesting. Number 4, he's not actually the star of this movie. It's a Denzel Washington movie called Deja Vu.
I know it. Forget it.
You
Sorry.
know it.
Yep. I forgot he was in that.
What's her name is in it too? Damn it, I can't remember her name now. She was in the movie with Will Ferrell. I can't remember that movie either.
Okay.
Where he's the cop. Where he's the cop with Mark Wahlberg. Will Ferrell's wife in that movie. She's in that movie with Val Kilmer in Deja Vu.
I'm not sure you're right about that.
Maybe I'm wrong.
The actress in the movie is Paula Patton.
Yeah, I'm definitely wrong. Scrub, cut, edit.
I forgot about Deja Vu, Joe. Good call.
Yeah, so Deja Vu made $181 million. And for a Denzel Washington movie, it's kind of not the best. But for a Val Kilmer movie, it's pretty good.
I was going to say, not a single dollar of that rake came from Val Kilmer's presence.
No.
I feel that was all based on Denzel.
So number 6 on the list is Alexander. No? Nobody?
Nope.
Again, Egypt kind of stuff?
Oh, Greek mythology.
Yeah. Well, no, but you're in the ballpark.
Yeah. So, you know how I was saying that like movies come out in like groups, right?
Yes.
Was that with Gladiator? I mean,
so Gladiator... you had, I think you would say Gladiator came out and was a hit, and then after that, everyone wanted to do their own swords and sandals, is how they would refer to it. So you had Troy with Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Alexander, I guess Colin Farrell would be the actual star, but Val Kilmer is in it.
Yeah.
Pretty movie.
All right, if you had to watch Troy or Alexander,
I would watch Troy, I think.
I was going to say I'd watch Gladiator.
Oh, was that an option?
No.
You son of a...
I would cancel my subscription.
No, I would have bailed out of that question and just gone with Gladiator.
Trick question.
All right, number 7 is Willow. Willow made $57 million.
You know, that totally shocks me, not based on the movie itself, but that movie had a lot of marketing behind it.
And I should mention it's a Ron Howard directed movie, a big time director. Mm-hmm. I believe it might have been a Disney film as well. In fact, I think they're doing a Willow series on Disney Plus coming soon. Yeah, we're about to get all Willow up in here.
Is it going to be live action?
Yeah.
No.
Not with Val Kilmer.
No.
No.
It's going to be live action, though?
Yeah.
Jesus, I think you could probably pull that off as a cartoon or something, but God.
So you didn't like Willow?
I didn't have a problem with Willow.
Jim?
I was okay with it because I know where you guys are going to go with this. You know, you're okay with Willow, but not okay with Harry Potter. You know, I get it. Listen.
I was wondering, how did it compare with that Tom Cruise movie that you love so much?
I think you're putting words in my mouth. I was not going to go there.
I think I saw the gears turning.
No. What I was going to say was, clearly, if you didn't like Willow, you have something against little people. I didn't hear any. I didn't hear any. What happened there? Did your mic cut out?
Oh, wait, hold on. No, it's still working. All right. What was that? You said somebody really enjoyed the movie? Yes, I did.
Oh, there it is. Mm-hmm.
Great movie.
We'll have to revisit this at a later date, I feel.
2 stars.
Out of 10? Not bad.
No, Joe, I have to wonder how that movie had so much. I remember that movie being marketed heavy, and I was young. And like I remember toys and posters and stuff everywhere. I guess you could probably make that same argument for Godzilla there that came out in 2000 or whatever.
Yeah. I think with Willow, it was a case of a movie that was probably too much towards kids with the marketing. I don't think adults really bought into it. And I don't even know if kids really liked it that much either.
Well, I was going to say that. I don't remember actually liking it as a kid.
Yeah. I didn't really like it that much. But I'm not a Middle Ages Lord of the Rings kind of guy either. So I know it doesn't compare to Legend, right, Jim? Is that it? Legend?
Legend is, I'm telling you, you both need to go back and watch it. You gotta watch it.
I saw the poster for it. I don't need to watch that ever.
One of the best Tom Cruise movies of all time.
I not believe you.
Said no one.
Yeah.
All right.
Anywho.
Yeah, so I actually watched Willow within like the last year. I don't know why.
Okay. So you've got a fresh take on it. You've seen it as an adult, which gives you a different impression than when you see it as a kid. Because
it actually did.
Yeah.
It very much did, because I never gave what about Val Kilmer's character in it when I was a kid, but watching it a year ago, that was the only reason worth watching it.
Mm-hmm.
He played a pretty funny character in that, in that movie.
Mm-hmm. And I believe from what I've read about it, the idea was that he was going to be like the Han Solo type character, like the cool, cocky guy.
That.
No?
No. It's just a dude locked in a cage for half a movie.
Was he wearing a shirt? Because I'm beginning to question why you like the movie now. I'm pretty sure he was wearing like a loincloth in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm doing it for the fans, man. I did not want to admit that, but for your fans, I will admit I'm pretty sure I remember him wearing a loincloth in that movie.
So the number 8 movie is a movie you guys definitely know, and I'm surprised you didn't remember it, but Tombstone.
I've never seen
Tombstone. God, yes. Kevin Costner. No, I'm sorry. Take that back. Yeah.
You're thinking of, again, movies that come out at the same time. Kevin Costner did Wyatt Earp.
Wyatt Earp.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is the same exact story as Tombstone, but Tombstone was Kurt Russell and Val Kilmer.
Kurt Russell and Val Kilmer. And Val Kilmer plays the guy that's dying.
Doc Holliday.
Doc Holliday, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be your Huckleberry. He said that to Anthony. I'm pretty sure he said that to Antman.
Now, this is probably the role that Val Kilmer gets the most credit for in terms of acting. I believe he was actually nominated for an award for it.
I didn't know he was nominated for an award ever.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you haven't seen Tombstone, you are probably missing his best movie.
I have not seen Tombstone.
Can you watch it in the next week and report back to us?
Probably, yeah. Like, it's been on my watch list, like movies I have to watch for like ever, and I've never seen it.
Listen, Kurt Russell has that line in that movie where he's like, "You tell him I'm coming, and hell's coming with me." One of the greatest lines in all movies. He's like a Sylvester Stallone kind of line. That's
what your sweatshirt says to me every time I look at it.
So, number 9 on the list is a movie from just 4 years ago called The Snowman. This movie made $36 million in foreign markets and was probably one of the worst movies ever released in America.
I was going to say, what did it make? About $7 in America?
Yeah, $7 million.
Yeah.
It's about a serial killer, and it is really bad.
Have you watched it?
No.
No. It's not a good situation. Hey, I didn't know. So Tombstone has Sam Elliott in it, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I will absolutely watch that movie this week.
And between Sam Elliott and Val Kilmer, it's really a contest to see who has the best mustache.
Oh, well, so I just think Sam Elliott's a total rock star. Like, that dude's voice is instantly amazing. It's just crazy how good his voice is. I would watch that dude in any movie.
Big Lebowski?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So number 10, as we try to get through this, is The Ghost in the Darkness. Again, a movie you might not know, but it's actually a good movie. It's Val Kilmer and Michael Douglas, and they're basically hunting man-eaten lions in Africa.
I think I have seen this movie before.
Yes.
One of them's like the lion was coming into the village and stealing people, eating people.
Yeah, so the nicknames for the two lions they're hunting are the Ghost in the Darkness because they just come out of nowhere and attack.
Mm-hmm.
That seems like a very odd topic to make a movie on.
It's a fairly old movie, isn't it?
I think it's based on a true story. It's from 1996.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we're going to take a break and come back, and we're going to mention like 4 more movies that made no money but might be actually decent.
Interesting.
All right.
Interesting. Hey.
Now, pretend you hear music when I go to this logo.
Okay.
And we are back.
Hey, what is going on?
It is Talkin Baloney with Jim Deezy, the big guy, and our special guest, the Antman.
Hey.
Antman is
you're
waving.
dressing up as Val Kilmer for Halloween this year.
Maybe.
Yep.
During the break, he was ordering a loincloth from Amazon, so
yep,
he'll be all set.
Free shipping. Get a 6-pack for $9.99.
All right, so we've been talking Val Kilmer this week because Ant-Man's here in his honor. We just went over the top 10 grossing movies, and now we're going to talk about some other movies that didn't make this top 10. A surprising movie. I actually thought it was a much bigger hit than it actually was, but The Doors, 1991.
Yeah. I saw The Doors back in the day. There you go, Joe. You got me on another one.
Mm-hmm.
And in all fairness to Val Kilmer, he nailed it as Jim Morrison.
Yeah.
It was a really good movie, directed by Oliver Stone.
Mm-hmm.
Had a lot of Indians in it for some reason, and a lot of drug stuff. It was a really good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was kind of young still to really like kind of appreciate that. That's probably a movie I should go back and watch.
Yeah.
Do you like The Doors musically?
Do I?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. There was a kid that used to live down the street from us. You guys knew him, Billy.
Yeah.
He was like the biggest Doors fan I knew ever. I think he still is. And I would have never listened to the Doors, obviously, without him. But any day you went over to his house, the Doors were playing.
Your dad was a big Doors fan, wasn't he?
Mine?
Yeah.
No.
Wasn't he like a Doors, Allman Brothers, that kind of?
No, Doobie Brothers.
Doobie Brothers, that's right.
Yeah.
Gotta love the Doobie Brothers.
Hell yeah.
I've actually seen the Doobie Brothers in concert.
Really?
Where and when?
Lando's?
Melanie and I actually saw them tour with Chicago in Saratoga Springs.
Really?
It was Chicago and the Doobie Brothers in concert. And
Was
it was
that like-
phenomenal.
Was that like 1978?
Listen, it was a good concert. It was good. Yeah, it was pretty good. Listen, musicians. That's all I'm going to say. Real musicians.
Dude, I'll tell you, I would listen to the Doobie Brothers over 99% of anything I hear on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Damn straight.
Taking it to the streets with a China groove.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, little product placement.
Yeah.
So, little known fact, the big guy peddles Doobie Brothers CDs on the side.
I just want to mention, Jim, that I was stealing your bit there of working song titles.
Yep, I got it.
I kept waiting for you to jump in with something. You do it every time we mention New Kids on the Block. You had nothing here. You had nothing.
Yeah, you know what? Well, I'll be that guy. Jesus is just all right with me.
Yep. Yeah, he's just... that's all I got. I got nothing.
That really was nothing.
It really was nothing.
We were literally hanging on the edge of our seats waiting for it.
I'm a damn failure.
Now that's an Allman Brothers song, I think.
Oh,
no.
Damn it. Well, I'll just sit here and hang tough. Okay.
God. All right. How about the movie The Red Planet?
Yeah. Is that the Planet in Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger? The Red Planet?
Yeah, Mars. It's good.
Yeah.
Again, it was one of those times where there were like two competing movies about going to Mars at the exact same time.
I was just going to say that this had to be the same situation. What movie did it come out around?
I believe the other one was called Mars.
Oh, okay.
Red Planet was not the hit of the two.
Okay.
And Val Kilmer, during his documentary, did not speak kindly of the movie, and he pretty much talked bad about it. I didn't swear that time.
Hey!
I just stumbled across some pictures of Val Kilmer now.
Let me guess. In a thong.
No. I'm trying to figure out if he looks more like a lesbian grandmother or a Native American.
Yeah,
female, something like that. I don't know.
In the documentary, it chronicles his battle with cancer, throat cancer.
Yeah.
And his mother passed away, and she used to wear this, because they're in Phoenix, in the Arizona area, and she used to wear that kind of jewelry.
Okay.
And so after she passed, he kind of, he's going through cancer treatments, he's sick.
Sure.
He started wearing those, her jewelry.
Is it too late to tell him not to? I don't feel like this is something I should speak on, because, my mom's fairly healthy, but
yeah,
but Jesus, it's not a good look.
No. I was going to cut him a break because of the whole fighting to stay alive, but no, if you want to critique his choice in honoring his dead mother while he's suffering from cancer, I mean, go right ahead. This is it's a free country.
Yeah, so I'd say the only fashion statement worse than that is Deezy's sweatshirt. Are you honoring anybody with your cutoff? Are you honoring anybody with your cutoff hoodie, or was that a conscious decision?
It's my Bill Belichick. Football
You got to have a better reason than that.
That's all I got.
Now, I'm going to defend Jim Deezy here for a second and say he is color coordinated. Jim Deezy, if you want to show everyone at home.
Bam.
Boom.
That still does not make up for a cutoff hoodie.
No.
I mean, the only thing dumber than a cutoff hoodie is like a bubble vest.
I got one of them.
I used to wear them all the time, but they're fucking stupid. Sorry.
Excuse
What are
me.
you just trying to keep your core warm? I don't. It just doesn't make any sense.
So,
Listen.
like Back to the Future, that kind of vest?
Yeah,
The puffer vest is awesome.
that's not doing anybody any good. What are you trying to promote digestion by keeping your core warm?
That's awesome.
How about the movie The Island of Dr. Moreau?
I've seen that movie.
Yeah.
I
We're
feel
all
like I've seen it. I feel like I've seen it somewhere, and I don't know if I have or if I just saw a lot of posters and stuff for it.
it's like the original mutant movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's based on a famous novel from like the 1920s, but the movie itself is famous because it is batshit crazy. Val Kilmer and Marlon Brando are like having a duel to see who can act the craziest. And I don't just mean on camera, I mean like on set, like 24 hours a day. There's a documentary about the making of the movie, which is incredible. You have to watch it. So the director name is Richard Stanley. I believe he was replaced as director of the movie fairly early on. And in the Val documentary, Val kind of skips over that part of the movie. And he's filming everything. So he is like harassing the new director, John Frankenheimer, nonstop. And just making his life a living hell. And this is a biased story from his perspective, and he still shows that, which doesn't paint him in a good light.
Did he get along with Brando on set? Like, was this a friendly rivalry, or was it because Brando was a ginormous dickbag? And
yes. So
Okay.
Brando would not come out of his dressing room. And basically Val Kilmer took the attitude of, well, if Brando's not here and not doing it, then I'm not doing it. So then you had your two stars of the movie both refusing to act. The new director got a fat guy who kind of maybe 10% looked like Marlon Brando and used him in scenes because Marlon wasn't there. Yeah. So the doomed journey of Richard Stanley's Island of Dr. Moreau is the name of the documentary.
I'm been really on a huge documentary kick for probably a year running. So I'm going to look into that.
Yeah. And this documentary is only a few years old. Even though the movie's 20 years old, the documentary just came out like 5 years ago. The movie Top Secret.
I love that movie.
All-time classic.
Yes.
From the makers of Airplane and The Naked Gun.
Yes. It's a good movie.
You haven't seen
Nope.
it, Ant?
I have not. I'm looking at the poster or the artwork for it, and it's just a lot of cows flying all over the place. So
It is a good movie. It's funny. It's funny.
Yeah. It's a parody of World War II movies, kind of combined with Elvis movies. So Val Kilmer is like a spy who sings. So one of my favorite jokes, and there's nothing better than telling a joke from a movie because it totally lands every time and doesn't just ruin the experience. So here it is. So he's talking to this lady and he goes, "Do you know a little German?" And she says, "Yes." And he's over there and the camera cuts to a little midget German in like overalls.
It's little person, Joe. It's little person. Jesus Christ, guys, come on. Both of you? What do you have against little people?
I just don't see them. Jim, what's your problem?
In Joe's defense, he's 6'9", so he's not gonna. He doesn't see me.
I was gonna say he has defense. What is yours?
Hey, I'm not the tallest person either, so and that's all I got.
I think technically your sister's considered a little person, isn't she?
She's like 4'9", right?
Yeah, no, that's the cutoff's like 4'10" or something like that. I think she could. I don't know. I think she could get disability or something.
Well then, her name is Mini Me.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah.
So one last movie before we seal the coffin on Val Kilmer.
Yep.
That's a bad choice of words.
yeah,
Real
really.
Genius.
I'm the guy. And somehow I am portrayed as the ass every time I'm here.
Yeah.
Man, okay.
Yeah.
So I should say for our listeners, we normally tape in the afternoon and we're taping late at night.
Oh yeah.
So that's my excuse. Real Genius. What a movie.
Awesome movie. And by the way, for our listeners right now, it is pretty late, and I've already drank a whole pot of coffee just in this time that we've been doing this show.
What the hell is Real Genius?
Oh my God, cuz it's one of the best movies ever made. All right, not so much. But listen,
it's very
good stuff going on.
80s. It's like
the poster looks like, or the DVD cover looks like Weird Science.
Kind of like it. Yep, kind of like it. He's more like their couple of kids, real smart, trying to make a laser, but their professor teacher guy is like selling their laser to the government or something for a weapon.
Yeah, it's basically like the smartest. They're going to a school for like advanced kids, and they're doing a science project, and they basically invent a weapon unknowingly, and their teacher is trying to sell it to like the Russians. You mentioned Weird Science. I don't think it's like as wacky a comedy as Real Science. It's a little more grounded in reality, and it's Val Kilmer at his Val Kilmerist, right? Wisecracking jackass.
Okay.
He's got hair in the movie, so you probably would like it.
He's not as serious as the Val Kilmer in Top Gun.
No.
How could you be? How could you ever be that serious?
It's that thing he does with his teeth in Top Gun. He's like, he's always doing that to Tom Cruise. I can never figure out why.
Yeah, no, I forgot. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, he's always like biting at him, like.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go watch that on slow-mo on repeat.
Get you some mirrored sunglasses. Start calling you the Iceman instead of Antman.
Yeah. I certainly have the same physique.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I lost the connection there. What was that? Something.
Yeah. So that's a quick overview of Val Kilmer. We skipped about 25 movies that are absolute trash. But we're going to do Baloney Nation next. That should really pick things up.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
Thanks, Jim.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, man, you're staying for this, right?
I'm in. I don't know what I'm in for, but I'm in.
Oh, you're in for a lot.
If I have the opportunity to make a bigger jackass out of myself than I already have, I am in.
Hey, maybe we'll have to put some loincloths up on talkinbaloney.com at the store.
Well, let's say we don't.
Apparently, there's a market
your
for it.
Your guys' merch store is growing by the day. I mean,
yeah.
It's almost like Jim can just say whatever he wants, and it's all of a sudden on the merch store.
And it just happens.
The fact
Or
that
it
we
doesn't.
said the fact that you just said loincloth and growing in the same sentence means we should probably go to a commercial.
And we're back.
Hey, we're back with the Antman.
We
Sitting right
are
over there to my
talking.
right.
He's there. What?
Okay. Oh,
Kind of.
We're talking baloney, and this is Baloney Nation.
mhm.
If you want to call us, it's 585-484-1770. You can leave us a voicemail, send us a text message. And before we get to your questions, Jim Deezy has his monthly beef jerky review.
Oh, yes. And this one is especially for my cuzman. Because this is beef jerky right up our alley. Because you can't get any more politically incorrect than the name of this beef jerky. It is called Jerk My Beef.
Sweet
yeah.
Texas meat.
Oh yeah. You listen, when I saw the name of this, I could not stop laughing. I was literally giggling to myself, all by myself in a room. Like, jerk my beef. So we're gonna go ahead and open this, and we're gonna sample a piece right now live.
All right. And maybe you can read us some info on it as well.
I will do that. Jerk my beef is a simple. It's a simple story. I can't make this up. It's right on the card. They love beef jerky so damn much that they decided to make their own. And what is better place to make your beef jerky than Austin, Texas? They don't have any no electricity down there, but their tried and true marinade and dehydration process makes a delicious, tender jerky. Jerk my beef jerky. Here we go. Oh, and it's delicious. It is. Spicy.
Oh, wow. What's flavor is that?
That is Val Kilmer's loincloth flavored.
That's it right there, folks. That is Val Kilmer's stage-worn loincloths. Look, it's got pepper stuff on it. Woo! Okay, that's
It's
got a
hot.
little heat to it. Yeah.
And now we know why you don't have sleeves on your hoodies.
We're going to skip the rest. It's good, but we're going to skip that one tonight because I do got to go to bed here at some point.
It looks like you are already sweating just after one bite.
It's hot. Really hot in the back of the throat. Either that or it's coronavirus, one or the other. I don't know. I'm sorry, too soon. All right, next one. This one is called Side Project Jerky. This is when look at the package.
Okay. Oh, I love that logo.
Yeah, me too.
That is nice.
Yup.
Okay, this is their motto is jerky for gentlemen and well-bred, well-fed, tasteful beef jerky.
Okay.
They boast delicious marinades, exact drying time for perfected flavored and textured jerky. Well, let's take a look, folks, shall we? Huh.
I would have to say that the package marketed that much better than your description of it.
Well, here we go, folks. Big chunks. Look at that. Ooh, delicious looking.
Look.
I'm having all kinds of trouble from that last beef jerky. Like, I'm sweating. Okay. This jerky, really good. Good flavor, bold flavor. Tastes just like your beef jerky you buy at, like, Sheetz or 7-Eleven.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Just like regular everyday beef. And that was a cattail right in front of me, folks.
I
Just so
see.
you know, that's not the beef jerky coming alive. Come on, get the hell out of here. Anyway, yeah. That first beef jerky I tried, though, I got to tell you, folks, hot city. Man, it's sitting right here. It's not going away.
So,
just for reference point, I'm all out of beverage. I got nothing left.
wow, you really planned this well.
You got 17 empty cups in front of you.
Yeah.
I did not know that was going to be that hot. Didn't even see the peppers and stuff in the description until I just read it. Woo. All right, well,
Okay.
here's the other one that I ate before the show.
All right.
I ate the whole bag. This
3
one's called
jerks.
3 Jerks beef jerky. Yeah, filet mignon beef jerky. It was delicious. It looks like it should be expensive, but definitely something you could buy probably at any local bowling alley.
And where did you get that?
So we got this from our avid Aunt Paula listener, our fact checker, who always calls into the show and tells us what we're doing wrong. But hey, she's allowed to call into the show and tell us what she's doing wrong if she sends free beef jerky. So thank you, Aunt Paul. By the way, she got this, folks, from trading in her Marlboro coupons.
Listen, my guess would be she's going to come in this week and say your guys' biggest problem was you chose Val Kilmer as a topic for a show.
Well, she probably weighs as much as Val Kilmer does right now. I mean, she's a smaller person in stature.
I gathered that from the cancer diagnosis you did.
Woo!
The woman was kind enough to give you beef jerky, and you are burying her alive.
I was just saying that she should be eating some beef jerky. She could use it.
Maybe the name of that beef jerky should be the name of this podcast, 3 Jerks.
3 Jerks. Yeah.
It certainly looks that way this week.
It really
I'm
does.
telling you. Woo, that pepper. Man.
Yeah.
Right there.
Wow.
Right on the lips.
Is that a seizure?
It feels like my lips are tingling.
This is one of those weeks I feel fortunate that people listen to the podcast as well as watch it, because this one's hard to watch.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to be able to swallow later.
All right, so we got questions from Baloney Nation. We'll go there right now. Without going into politics or religion, is there a TV show or movie that you think brings people together? Now, I've seen this question ahead of time, so I do have an answer. I'll go first.
Go ahead.
There's a show on Apple TV, if you've heard of it. It's called Ted Lasso.
I have seen the first episode.
Stars Jason Sudeikis, formerly of Saturday Night Live. It is an incredible show. It was probably one of the most positive, good, nice shows like in the history of television, or at least the last 30 years. And it's very popular and it's critically acclaimed. It's about European soccer, but not really, because I probably hate soccer more than anyone, and I love the show. Jim Deezy, you have any
I'm going to go with a
movies?
blast from the past.
Okay.
I'm going to go with The Sopranos.
All right. I'm going to read the question again. Is there a show that brings people together?
It did bring them together the following Monday when everybody was talking about, dude, my nose is running right now. It's crazy. They're like, this side's all plugged up now, and this side's all like running like a faucet. But I would if you go back to the Field of Dreams,
Yeah, I don't think the question is in the history of time. Is there something that I think it's in today's climate, without getting into politics or religion, because everyone is so divided. Is there something that everyone can come together?
I can't think of a single thing.
Me neither.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
sad.
I recommend Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was going to be a wise ass and say, just off the top of my head, when you asked the question, Jersey Shore, for just humor's value. But I really don't think there's a show that brings people together anymore, other than what you said, Joe. I don't know the show.
Ted Lasso does get a lot of good reviews. If you do see anything on social media, it's always about what a great story. It's always got a good meaning to every episode. They touch on a lot of topics.
His character is a character that he's the coach of this European soccer team, even though he knows nothing about soccer or football, as they call it over there. And he basically unites everyone just by being a good, decent person who is always positive and stresses, simple ways to live life instead of like the complications of, well, we're not talking about politics or religion, but I think you get the.
We got it.
All right. Here's a question that might be more up Jim Deezy's alley. Could AEW, All Elite Wrestling, buy WWE? And if so, what in the hell would happen to the universe?
Well, if it ever, I don't think it would ever happen. But if it did happen, I don't know, man. I would have to say, if you want to see people divided, go on the internet and just read wrestling reviews between two different companies. Oh my God, it's insane. Everybody hates you. You're either an All Elite Wrestling fan or a WWE fan. You can't be in the middle. You're either one or the other. Or you're a piece of shit. I mean, piece of crap.
So,
Got a lot of editing to do in this episode.
Might take a couple of days. So, kind of in a way, this answers the question to the opposite way of the first question. Wrestling is a show that divides people.
Oh yeah, big time. You're either with the new hip stuff, or doing it. You're either blood and guts or you're not blood and guts, or you're either It's tough to be a wrestling fan right now. You should be a wrestling fan because there's a lot going on in the wrestling world and it's really popular right now. But it's tough to be a wrestling fan. It's just full of negativity all day long.
Man, do you don't watch wrestling anymore, right?
No, not at all.
Not enough Val Kilmer in it.
No, not enough loincloth. No, I actually had a discussion.
Oh, there's loincloths.
I actually had a discussion with my buddy Robbie. Robbie was the best man at my wedding, whatever, you guys know him, but he's a huge wrestling fan now, which he never used to be. And I had a discussion with him a while ago, and I was like, dude, how did you all of a sudden become a wrestling fan? Like, that seems weird. And I don't remember exactly what his answer was. And he was like, well, what stops you from being a wrestling fan? And I was like, I tried to watch wrestling like twice in the last like 10 years. And it doesn't seem like there's like the theatrics. A lot of like the theatrics have gone away. Again, I haven't watched it in forever, right? So I all of a sudden turn on an episode and you no longer have like Undertaker, who has this like theatrical performance, and you no longer have like the I guess the theatrics behind it, right? Like I turned it on and it was a guy in a wife beater and a pair of ripped up jeans with messy hair. And I was like, does this dude have a story? And it was like, no, he's just the everyman. And then the next guy came out and he was literally dressed the same exact way. And the next guy came out and he was literally dressed the same exact way. And I was like, what the hell happened to like the pageantry that used to be in it, in the storylines now? And I could be very wrong because, again, I know nothing about it. But it seems like the storylines now are like very much based in reality. Like they're like real stories now. Whereas in before, when I watched it, it was just like these like big made up crazy stories about people coming back from the dead. And, what Undertaker, Kane got caught in a fire as a kid and became back as the burnt demon, blah, blah, blah. Like I used to enjoy that part of wrestling. And the last time I watched it, none of that was there. And Robbie had actually said to me, yeah, they don't really do that anymore. I guess there's the one dude there is supposed to have like a split personality or something. He's got like the crazy mask with the big smile.
The Fiend.
The Fiend. I was going to call him the Freak, whatever. Anyway, I thought that was kind of cool, right? Like, I saw the entrance, his entrance, and I was like, that was freaking awesome. That's what I used to watch it for. Once you take that out, I guess I'm just really not that interested in like the wrestling itself.
Yeah. Well, the wrestling organization he wrestled for, they fired him.
Oh, great.
Yeah. His character must have been too popular.
I was going to say, he seemed like he would have been a very popular character.
That character was crazy popular.
So they fired him.
But yeah, it just I don't know, man. Wrestling is weird now. It's like you turn one show on, and I like some stuff that I see in AEW, and then I like stuff that I see in WWE, and they just it's like pot shots. I'm not into the I'm gonna bash your company, you bash my company. We're gonna do that. Just everybody just be a wrestling fan and enjoy it.
When you posed the question, Joe, I almost asked what the hell is AEW. I have zero knowledge that there was anybody else other than the WWE anymore.
Well, it's on TNT on Wednesdays and Fridays, and they have Sting. You remember Sting?
Yeah.
And they might actually have some of the theatrics you're looking for in a way.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is back in the day when we were watching that, I would almost be like, God, this is stupid. I don't want to watch this. And now that's not there, or at least wasn't there in the 2 episodes I watched. I'm like, oh, well, I guess that's why I used to watch it, because I really don't care about these two guys doing an orchestrated dance with each other.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I would say the theatrics, like the big time The Undertaker type stuff, is gone, and they've kind of replaced it with like this simplistic kids like storylines where a guy is upset at another guy because his sword got stolen, and then another guy's scooter got smashed. So it's really bad right now in a lot of ways. But
I was going to ask, was there a defining moment that made it that way? Like, if you could think back, was it that?
Well, it wasn't really a storyline reason. It was the company went public and has to answer to shareholders, so they had to go to PG for a rating instead of. Yep. They could no longer have swearing and blood, and the violence had to be taken down a notch. That's
what I was going to ask. Was it when they did the PG era? Yeah. When they introduced that.
Yeah. Frankly, it's bullshit.
You've
I see what he did there.
We're all weird.
So I do every once in a while. Every once in a while, YouTube will pull up. They talk a lot about like the PG era and like when. And I was wondering if that was the giant catalyst that changed it all. So Val Venus is no longer.
No.
Okay.
No.
So that doesn't.
Big Val Boski's not there no more.
Okay.
Nope.
Hello,
ladies.
They did something really risque like 2 weeks ago, where Roman Reigns referred to people who like John Cena or people who like the missionary style for 20 years. And that is like the tamest thing that ever happened in wrestling prior to like 1997. But nowadays that's considered like, oh my God, they pushed the envelope.
Man, that's
crazy. And it got rave reviews for what he did.
Yeah, people were shocked.
Literally,
I'd run that line every day.
The last mess or the last thing I remember watching was when the girl who used to be with the Lena, she used to be with the Hardy Boys or whatever.
Lita.
She was like in bed with
Edge.
Edge. I was just gonna say Edge. How the hell would I have remembered that?
The rated R superstar.
Yeah, so, I mean that was like the last thing I remembered, and I was I was watching that going, holy shit, I can't believe this is on TV right now. Well, yeah.
So that brings up an interesting point because Edge became known as the rated R superstar because of that very segment where they were supposedly going to have live sex in the middle of the ring.
Yeah.
He is back now after like being injured for a long time. He's 47 years old. They still call him the rated R superstar on a PG show where nothing ever comes close to happening. It doesn't make sense.
Edge is now married to Beth Phoenix, right?
Right. Edge is married to Beth Phoenix,
dude,
who is from Elmira.
She went to high school with me.
Yeah, Notre Dame.
I used to be good friends with her brother Eric. He's that whole like both of them are like two of the nicest people I've ever met.
Yeah. Beth was the first girl to ever wrestle on the Notre Dame team.
Yeah. She was a rock star, dude. And she was such a nice person, like even back in high school, obviously taking, crap from guys at school and stuff like that. And, no one's going to have anything good to say about that, but she was always the nicest chick ever.
They did a documentary on her recently on the WWE Network, and they actually had some photos and stuff from Notre Dame, and she was digging through her collection of stuff, and she had her old varsity jacket, and it was pretty cool.
Cool.
And that wraps up our wrestling podcast.
Hey.
Any parting thoughts on our fantastic Val Kilmer / wrestling episode, Antman?
I'm going to...
I was wondering if you were going to hack out the whole Val Kilmer part and just go with the wrestling.
Maybe.
I would almost prefer that.
Jim Deezy is still recovering from his jerky.
Man, this stuff, between this and the 3 beverages I drank, I'm probably going to piss fire.
Well, Jim, the show's over now. We're just about to end. So if you want to take one more bite of jerky before we go, just for the fans at home.
I'm just wondering how long we can drag this out for.
I will do one more bite, but this is probably gonna...
Got to be a big bite.
I'm trying to find I'll go this route right there, folks. That's what I'm gonna do. You see the peppers all over it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna regret this.
You got to hold it in your mouth. 10 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 5.
Calvin Cocoa Pops.
10. All right.
I got 2. Jerk my beef, not this style.
Oh, so thumbs down is your final answer. Wow. We almost had a live vomit on the show.
I looked down for a second and saw beef jerky sit on top of my cup. I thought I spit it out.
That's disgusting. Why is there a piece of beef jerky sitting on top of
it? Must have fell out of the bag.
Oh, God.
That is... Oh, man, it's nasty.
All right. Well, thank you.
How can they call it sweet? They said it's sweet. That shit ain't sweet.
Oh man, you got a lot of work to do, big man.
I'm waiting for Jim to blow. He looks like one of those steam pipes.
Yeah.
Just smoke coming out of every orifice.
I could, sweat right now across my brow. That's hot, man. It's residual hot too. Ooh. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Antman, for being on the show.
Thanks.
We'll have you back if Jim survives the night.
Yeah. You'll be on standby.
Yeah. And call into the hotline anytime to give us your Val Kilmer updates as you watch his library of movies, starting with Willow and Tombstone.
So, can you pull audio out of those?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll try to leave some
Voicemail.
golden messages in there.
Definitely.
Okay.
Okay.
Jim,
right,
get
everyone.
something to drink and maybe a cold bath.
See, I'm going to the bathroom. I gotta get rid of all these liquids I drank. Dude, my nose is seriously running right now. My nose is running.
Jesus.
It's insane.
All right.
All right, guys.
Have a good night.
Hey. Stay classy.
Raw.